And I think we're live. Hello everyone, and by everyone I mean pretty much no one because it didn't announce the stream properly. But regardless, welcome. Let's check chat. We've got Titanium Town. AGN 6003 is Gingerweep from the Discord. And I haven't seen Jessica Ferrum before. Hello. Can I somehow... Alright. We've got Johannes S. I mean, yeah. Probably don't need to disclose any public information about him, but he's a friend of mine. Aditya PS, also. I think I've seen him before on the Discord also. Jessica Ferrum. I'm just new, saw this on my homepage. Awesome, we're getting in recommended. Emir, hello. Alright. And stream is doing well. I think we can start. Ovcharek is also here. He's very good at reporting bugs and opening issues with describing the problem, which is more rarer than you think. And Sudarshan Reddy, also from the Discord, I believe. We've got a few things planned for today. Actually a lot compared to other streams, but they're not that big. First, I wanted to introduce Peak to Instant Assist. Peak, in case you don't know, is a GIF recorder. It's what most people use for the GIF recording. GIF or GIF? Not sure. So you can record anything in here as a GIF and upload it somewhere. I don't know. Joel Davis, just new, loving this so much. This OS so much. Thank you. And so to do this, we're gonna go ahead and jump to Instant Assist. I just love how this looks, in case you don't know, I'm using auto jump. Alright. Looks so nice. Oh, thank you. I think we will go into assists, R for recording, and just create a new one. Let's call it p.sh, and open up R as a test. I think we can just copy this. There's another message getting censored by YouTube. And I'm very sus typing ass into the term. Yes, YouTube doesn't like that. You can't say pee pee poo poo or shit on YouTube. Oh shit. Oh no. Because apparently adult people can't handle such bad words. But not sure what's gonna happen now. I mean, because it's live, I guess you can swear. It's not that much of a big deal. Just the VOD is maybe getting demonetized. Oh, Jessica found a loophole. Alright, assist, record, GIF using Peak. This is the description that'll appear in here. So let's then just, I think it's called just Peak. Yes, it is. Instant install Peak. And then Peak. I think that's it. That might be it. Yeah. Add Peak, and that's it. I think then let's just install it and see if it works. Yes, it does. And I think we might make peek a floating window in the window manager actually. Because it doesn't make sense for it to be tiled and then just record the desktop at that point. So it's definitely gonna be floating. How's the new logo plan going for YouTube? Actually, I have some redesign planned for today's stream, so that's how it's going. So I'm planning on redesigning some of the channel stuff because it looks quite outdated compared to the design of InstantOS. I have an add-on for Discord that shows the videos I watch, so everyone who clicks on me sees that I'm watching you. Lol. Oh, cool. So it sets like the custom status. That's cool. And yeah, that one is working, so we can archive that one. Move the .files repo. So yeah, in case you don't know, the .files for InstantOS are still somehow on my private GitHub because I never moved them there. And that's not good. I think InstantOS doesn't have a .files repo, does it? No, it doesn't. So we'll just, I think we'll copy it, or, I think we'll go into workspace and then just grab for paperbenny /.files and replace anything that we find. Which seems to be quite a lot. Maybe we'll skip the Git folder, but apart from that, there's still some stuff. In instant themes, there's something we need to replace. Instant.files, of course. Oh, I think we'll remove extra, or yeah, and then reclone it. github.com instant extra. All right, now we can repeat the search. Whoops. Hello, good job so far. Ivan Rethi, Istvan Rethi, also haven't seen him before. Okay, so now it's a little more cleaned up. We need to replace it in here. Replace it in the Git folder is fine. This needs to be replaced, or this needs to be replaced. All right, but that's doable. I think I'll definitely save this. All right, and put it in a note. You also need to make this node program floating because it's like a sticky note for Windows. And it's glitching out a little if I just move it using the title bar. So I need to move it the window manager way. Not sure what's going on there. Because it was working fine when I tried before. I think it's because of the wide screenshot. But it's a Java program, so the UI is pretty bad anyway. Question, does ST support Powerline? I think it should. I mean, if you set up the proper fonts, it supports all kinds of stuff. I mean, down here you can also see that stuff is surrounded, and a lot of things use. All right, this one doesn't count since it's instant menu. But let's try Ranger, and it has a lot of icons. So the custom fonts thing definitely works. And let's first move the GitHub repo. I think I'll do that off screen in case any passwords show. Transfer ownership, InstantOS, paperbenny, .files. In case something goes wrong, let's also just clone it. I think we already have it cloned. I understand. Transfer this repository. Speaking of showing passwords on stream, I didn't really show a password on stream, but I think last stream I typed in a password when pushing something to the Pacman repo, and someone must have saw or heard that it was just a 3-letter password, which is, I mean, don't do that ever. I was stupid. But someone hacked my server, or brute forced it, and used it to brute force a bunch of other people who then all sent complaints to the host. And it got shut down for a while, and I had to wipe it and set all things up again. But now packages.instanceos.io is up and running again. So, I mean, the story has a good end. And I definitely moved away from 3-letter passwords on SSH. So don't try that again. Yeah. Don't hack me. That's why you use SSH keys instead of password. Yeah, the host itself was using SSH passwords as the default authentication method. Like, there was no other way of getting access to the server, and I figured since it's already set up, like, why not use it? I'm not big enough so that anyone would be interested in hacking me, but I guess I was wrong. But I might use SSH keys in the future. Good news is all files were fine. He just used the server's resources and network to brute force people. So now I moved instanceos/.files. If we move it back here. Whoops. We have this beautiful repo. And this is also outdated, definitely. So we'll have to fix that too. Why is this not the overlay anymore? There we go. So let's first edit the README. Oh, no, that was like this, and then also surround this with blank lines, and instant OS default, I can't type, .files. I still can't type. There we go. And then let's do a quick search for paperbenny/.files. I hope grep doesn't pick up on this. Oh, cool. So now we can just do this. Escape this. .files. Instant OS. .files. And that should be fine. Documents on disk would be loaded for change. Confirm, yes. WA for write all. And then if we open up the status, we should have this. By the way, I should also be using a variable for the link anyway. So let's just copy all of this, and then still getting used to relative jumping in Vim. Export dot link equals paste, and let's remove the slash. And now we should be able to go through and replace all of these things with the variable. dot link. Yeah, that's it. And let's do this, and then also this. I don't know why surround.vim puts the spaces there. I don't like it. What plugins are you using for your Vim editor? I am using FZF as a fuzzy finder. Vim Enoch, I think that was for the Unix commands inside of Vim. COC, the auto completion and search engine and documentation lookup engine, and just does all sorts of stuff. It was basically the reason why I switched to Vim. But I've only been using Vim for the last few weeks, so I'm still very new to it. OneDark, the color scheme. Vim Git Gutter, so that I can have at the side these highlights for Git changes. Vim Fugitive is this Git status window, and basically you can do everything Git inside of Vim. Vim Surround is what I used to do the quotes and everything. Also FZF for the base plugin. I think the one at the top was the base plugin, and then this one is the actual plugin. Vim Snippets for snippets. Vim Repeat for some plugin repeat actions. Vim Commentary, so I can quickly comment out stuff. Auto pairs, I think I'm gonna remove that. I already have that removed upstream in the GitHub repo because it doesn't work properly and causes more issues than it's worth. Vim Smoothie for the smooth scrolling, so that Control D and Control U isn't so disorienting, and Vim Buff tab line, so you can basically view your open buffers in the tab line. But also this one's pretty new and I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it. So that's that. Is there any other instances of this? We can also then just do this dot link, yeah, and jump down here. Also do this dot link. So in case we change it again, I don't know if we do want to, but it's good practice. Dot link. Wait a sec. I hope we only replaced the link. I also could do it with regular expressions, but I don't want to escape all those slashes. So we have this, this. Yup. Yup. Okay, I think all looks fine. And why is this modified? I didn't do anything there. Oh yeah, of course. I changed InstantOS.files. Gotta go, guys. Gotta do schoolwork. Alright, bye. Alright. Shade check, are you happy? And this again. And also this. And I think we're done here, of course. Echo done installing dot files. Oh. And what's this? Oh, I think I need to quote this. Yeah. Have you tried Rust? Been working with it for 2 years now and it has been a blast. I've heard of it, and I heard that it's basically the better C, or what C should be. But I haven't tried it, and honestly, I don't have like a purpose for it right now. All the InstantOS stuff is written in C, and probably isn't gonna migrate somewhere else anytime soon. And like I'm having a difficult time learning stuff without having any purpose for it, or anyone telling me that I have to learn it. I'm learning Rust. It's like banging myself on the... Alright. YouTube also didn't like that one. Let's see how the stream is doing. Oh, I also need to fix the monitor switching without keyboard. Let's get back to Vim. All of this is fine. Whoops. All right, let's quote all of this. Anything here? Of course. Any warnings left? Here's one. Useless cat. All right. Whoops. And there's another quote missing. And another quote missing. And another quote. And another quote. And we're back to the cat thing. And so we can now just remove this. What's going on here? Why is this red? I think it's just the syntax messing up. Rust has a learning curve. Once you get used to it, it gets better. I think it's in a bad state now with Mozilla layoff. I'm not sure about that. I mean, Mozilla created the language, but I think if people rely on it, it's gonna stay maintained. But I'm not an expert on the Mozilla situation. I'm still using Firefox, and I mean, so should you if you don't want it to disappear completely. And also, it seems just like a lot more polished on Linux than like something like Chrome. It supports GTK theming. It just feels a lot more native. Is there any way to link default browser to Instant Assist? It only worked with Firefox and a Brave user. Let's actually do that now. I think it is using the default browser, but I could be wrong. Let's do JS again. It is using the default browser, but I think it isn't downstream. What am I talking about? It isn't in the Pacman repos yet, so I might just update Instant Assist now. Let's do that now. Building the package and push it. Try hacking that password. I think it's gonna take a while and you're gonna be dead when you're done. Is it possible to debug programs with the Vim editor? I think it is, but a lot of people resort to an IDE for that or external tools that aren't integrated with anything. But I think there's a plugin for everything. If you want to, you can absolutely do so. But I don't have a lot of experience with debugging in Vim. Only thing I don't like about Firefox is these days is they don't pre-enable touch support for touch screens on Linux, and they're dragging their heels on hardware acceleration. Yeah, I mean I haven't really used any touchscreen device with Linux apart from Android, so I'm not sure about that. But InstantOS is also gonna get like an Android layout that you can navigate using gestures with a nav bar. Like Android or iOS, blah blah blah. I can't speak properly, need to drink something. Alright, so still in the process of moving the .files repo. Oh, I think we're still on the what's the... How can I get the URL? Set URL? No. Show origin. It is still the paper Benny thing. Git remote remove. Let's just copy this. Origin. Git remote add origin. And let's just replace this with InstantOS. Whoops. There we go. And it should be pushed. But we still have some things left. Still in instant themes, still in paper bash, and the PKG builds also need to be updated, of course. So let's do that now. Let's go to instance themes first. So everything fine here? Yep. Paper / .files. Whoops. What happened here? No match found. There it is. What's COC doing? Alright, let's just go through and do this all the time. And also replace this here. And let's oh, of course I don't need to escape it. I can just search it. I'm not using SED here. There we go. And then we can just replace it in here. And that should be it. Yes. Yes. Then it's changed in here. This also has a lot of legacy junk from that isn't needed anymore, that I need to clean up at some point, but not now. Yeah, this for example is fugitive. I really like this Git client. Um, Move dot files. Whoops. What was that? Why is there no remote? Did we push to the wrong remote? No, we did not. Why is there no... this should be... Oh, of course, we're still in the wrong directory, I think. No, we aren't. Let's just do everything fine here. Git push. For some reason it wasn't set up. Let's go back here and redo the search after this has finished. And let's go into bash. Where is it in bash? GTK. Oh, there we go. Whoops. Anywhere else in bash? No, that was it. And then only the extra, the PKG build is left. And that should be it. Let's just go through here and fix all these errors. Boom. Wait a sec. Do we need to? Yeah, we do. This is fine. This, yeah, I don't care about that one. And then this. And we've got quite a lot more going here, going on here. Whoops. Uh, 35J. I'm getting faster with Vim. Still got a long way to go, but it's getting better. Oh, of course, I don't need to quote this one. This would actually cause a lot of errors. Tiling window managers make more sense on a tablet than a DE if they're set up properly. Yeah, that's the thing. Most tiling window managers require a keyboard to be used properly, but also would work very well with a tablet, because, like, especially on a tablet, screen real estate is very important, and floating windows don't give you that. That's also one thing that Instanoise tries to do. Like, you can drag around stuff with just using the mouse, at the moment it isn't doing this thing because of the chat, and I'm dragging the chat around. But you can drag stuff around. You can also do floating with just the mouse, and you can press on here and then do this and all of that kind of stuff. That on i3 like would require a keyboard, and using a keyboard and then at the same time touching the screen is awkward. So then why not just use the keyboard? But I think a tablet would be very good for a tiling window manager actually. So maybe someone has a tablet that could test that out, because I don't. Or like a laptop with a touch screen that you can turn into a tablet is probably more reasonable. But yeah, that's one goal, like also making that accessible for tablets, because as of now you had to use GNOME pretty much if you wanted to go with non-Android. Echo might not expand escape sequences. You don't need to expand them. I used to have a tablet with a touch screen and an x86 tablet, a laptop with a... Oh, cool. I also used to have one, but that one was with a locked bootloader, and Windows 10 actually got so big that it filled up the entire internal storage. So I couldn't use the tablet that I bought. And it was usable when I bought it, but then they just made Windows 10 as big as the internal storage, and now it's like a glorified paperweight. So definitely not doing that again. But also, I mean, at that point I barely knew anything about computers. It was my first non-Android device. But if I could, I'd definitely try like InstantOS on that tablet. Speaking of locked bootloaders, I recently flashed a custom ROM to my Android phone, which is just $130 euro Xiaomi phone. But I think they nerfed it through updates. Like they intentionally made it slower, and with the custom ROM, it's running a lot better. So I definitely recommend that. Like it has basically no bugs and runs like a champ, and it has a lot of features that I wouldn't get otherwise. So don't stay with Android One. What ROM did you pick? Pixel Experience. I know it's not something privacy related, and but I just want my phone to work and be dependable and be fast, and Pixel Experience is giving me that. And if it absolutely wants something to be private, I don't put it on my phone. So I also rooted it so I can disable stuff if I want to. Same thing with Samsung. I have an S9, and Samsung deliberately F the UE. Yeah, like my phone was getting to the point where you just had to switch away from an app for 2 seconds, and it was getting completely wiped from RAM. Like you would open up Discord and then switch to a browser and switch back to Discord, and it had to load for another 5 seconds to get back to where it was, and that's now not happening anymore. And the camera is also a lot better with the custom ROM. Like they intentionally made the default camera app bad, or like not using the full potential of the camera. And now I have like it's like a different phone. Pretty cool. But I mean, same thing is probably true for Linux and Windows XP. That's basically the analogy. But I'm getting distracted from coding again. I have an S20. It's okay for now, but I plan on changing the ROM when stock one gets old. Yeah, I mean, they want to sell you that now, so it's probably gonna work fine for another few months, years, but it's gonna get a lot slower. And the thing is, you also don't realize it because you use it every day. And when you sit down really and think about how it felt when you bought it, you realize that things didn't crash all the time or have weird bugs because the Android version update is messed up. And so yeah, I definitely recommend it. It takes some time and I messed it up a few times and flashed back to stock and yada yada yada. But yeah, I recommend it. They're not that good ROMs for Samsung, especially S9 and above. I think Xiaomi might be the best manufacturer to flash custom ROM on, because MIUI is so bad that the custom ROM developers just focus a lot of efforts on those devices. But let's see, what were we doing? Replacing all the dot files things. Replace dot files location. Unpulled. Whoops. Merge. I think it's fine. Just to leave it like that. And then push it. And we're done. Let's go here and one of course the almost forgot the PKG build. And that's it for the PKG build, basically. That should be it. Move.files repo, done. Only left in the git ref thing. Oh no, in the website. Repo info. Okay, I think we have some other stuff in here, yep, that we're gonna push another time. More floating rules. I wanted to introduce a few rules for spawning windows. At the moment, you can declare that a window is floating by default, and it's also just in the source code for now. The config file thing is gonna come later. That's gonna require a lot of effort on the input system because DWM doesn't have one. So I need to rewrite a lot of things. But it's gonna happen eventually. But for now, let's introduce a few more floating rules because I want to be able to center some apps like a file opener that I also plan on introducing to Instant Assist. So let's do that now. Jump to the window manager. And what I had in mind was too many errors. I think that's fine. Was changing is floating to something like 2 to do something else. So let's go to apply rules and check for where's the floating thing for I in rules. R is floating. Okay. Switch. I think that's the one that we want. Yes. R is floating. Cases. I forgot how to do a switch, I think. Oh, it's just case. case 2, break, and then let's do C. So let's do if it is 2, then it gets floating and it gets centered. So do we already have a center thing? I think we do. Let's open up another tab. Go in here. I think Alt-Shift-W centers, yeah, centers a window. So we need to search for XKW. Warp focus? No. Center window. There we go. Center window. Salmon cell. All right. That seems to be what I'm looking for. So let's jump back, 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 back. There we go. Center window. And just to be sure, do this. And then go back to the rules. And let's add a new one for, let's call it instant float. Benoit P, hey, hello. You're also new, I think. DK is not new. He's also very known on the Discord. Let's change this to 2. And if you rebuild the window manager, all the windows are gonna go crazy. So not good for a stream. Do I have anything open that I don't want you to see? No, I don't. So let's just open up a terminal, rebuild the window manager, and see if it works. Get back the chat. st-c instant float was it, right? It doesn't get centered. That's not good. Instant float 2. It should be floating, right? What's happening here? What is happening? Why is it not doing anything? R is floating, should be 1. It actually is 1. Oh no. Oh no. Case 1. And then also do case 0 equals 0, and also do this. I think that's better. Did also anyone test InstaNoise on a laptop and had brightness control? I'm using it as a daily driver on my laptop and it has brightness control. So it should be fine. Some brightness control keys don't work, but you can use Instant Assist to change the brightness. Like, of course, it's not supported on here because I'm on a desktop. But the B Assist brings up a brightness slider that you can drag around to change brightness. The function keys are a different story because some keyboards do it differently than others, and I only have keyboards that do it the conventional way. So I'm not sure how to get it to work on those special keyboards. So that might be a little bit more difficult. But that's brightness. I mean, if the function keys don't work for you, if you can find a way to get it to work, that'd be awesome, but you can also just use Instant Assist for the time that it doesn't work on like the special keyboards. Didn't work for me, neither volume on my Lenovo. Does Instant Assist work to change that stuff? That's also like, I shouldn't say all the time. What's about the intro? Oh, you made that comment on the intro. I mean, yeah, I didn't, in case you're wondering what he's talking about, in 2017, I think I uploaded an intro that I made using a mobile app to YouTube, and I never did actually end up using it because it's pretty bad, and I have no idea why it gets so many views today, like, or gets recommended to some people who are subscribed to me, because it's a really old video and just an intro that's way too long and using a mobile app. And also a copyright claimed song. So no, I learned Blender for motion graphics, and I'm using that for all the designs along with Inkscape. So I never actually did use that intro, and I mean, I can see that it's pretty bad now. I didn't in 2017 because I didn't know crap about design. But the new story feature. Oh, did I accidentally make a story about that? Oh no. Am I actually able to do YouTube stories? Let's check. I did recently get access to the community tab, so that's definitely good. But I'm not sure if I'm able to do stories. Video, live story. I don't think I can do stories. I can do community posts though. Also saw that Jessica just joined the Telegram group, so welcome. Alright. I think that should be better. But I'm also not sure why it's not doing anything. Oh, I think we can also just stop the timer. Where is our thing? So let's just try launching SD again. And I think that was actually the SD. Oh, there we go. It works. So now we can center stuff with by giving them the window manager class instant float. What's the name of the Telegram group? I think it's on the website actually. .io. Go to support and then Telegram. There it is. t.me/instantos. So now we have this. Wow, Benny, you're so fast. Thank you. My mother always tells me to slow down when I explain computer stuff to the 20th time. Just had to think of that. The Telegram link at the bottom of the pages. Yeah. Whoops. I just thought that was a real terminal, but it's actually just the node. Let's also make that node floating. So xprop, it has the window class. Oh god. Org welcort global node main. For whatever reason. Alright, why not? Whoops. Where is it? And let's make that just a normal floating window. Also make peak floating. Let's just check out the X prop for peak. It's just peak. That's good. So now peak is floating. Nice website, by the way. Thank you. It's using Jekyll and a bit of custom HTML and stuff, so that I don't have to write all that stuff all the time. Also because it's free static hosting by GitHub. Oh god, I just used the mouse in Vim. I'm so sorry. So now we should have proper support for centering windows. And also global node and peak are floating. Instant float. Oh, yeah, of course. Why are there two global node things? That's not supposed to happen. Did I want to put anything there? Huh. Let's just delete it. Yeah. The node I was in there twice. And now the Git thing also updates. Very cool. It's not asynchronous though. I wish it was. Like pushing, if you have a slow internet, it just freezes your Vim. So I don't do it from Vim. We have the center window thing. Let's just stage this and add center window rule. Like I just have an asynchronous macro for pushing in case my Vim freezes and I need that session. All right. Let's close all of this down. Whoops. And standard screen size. I also wanted to make a full screen rule for, let me show you, KDE Connect. KDE Connect, where is it? Oh, I don't have it on my phone anymore, I think. Because of the custom ROM. Yep, I don't. Let's just install it really quick. Like KDE Connect has a laser pointer feature, and by default, the laser pointer comes up A as a window, which is not supposed to happen, but we can avoid that using rules. And B, it just has a little square up there, which is really tiny. Why did the chat move? Hello. Oh. What custom ROM? I flashed Pixel Experience on my phone. That's why all my apps are gone. And let's open up KDE Connect on here. This one is not existing anymore. Find devices. Device is not paired. Pair. Accept. And then I should be able to remotely control my computer using my phone as mousepad. Yeah, awesome. Also, very handy to have actual mouse support. Like I'm doing this from my phone right now, and I don't have a super key. I don't have anything. I just have a touchpad, and I could theoretically connect my PC to a television or my laptop and just control it using my phone as a remote. Very handy. But if I now use the laser pointer feature, where is it? Slideshow mode, pointer, you might realize that it's using its own window, and it's if I make it floating, it's way too small. So let's introduce a full screen rule. Does Instant Window Manager work on other operating systems other than Instant OS? It does, kinda. like you can theoretically also set up a Pantheon from Elementary OS on any computer, but no one really does that. With InstantOS, I aim to make it more accessible to other distros. Like you can install it on Arch by just adding the repo. There's a community project for Ubuntu, not sure. And like it will be available on more operating systems, and the distro itself is just like to guarantee that it works. You can install it, and because everything is controlled by the installer at the beginning, you can pretty much expect it to work. Which is, yeah, if you had to manually set up Arch and then install the window manager and compile everything, that's a huge wall that stands between the user and the OS or the desktop experience. That's one of the main reasons why most people don't use i3 or any tiling window managers, because there's just a huge setup process, and most people don't even compare features. They just look at the install process for GNOME or Ubuntu and then DWM and immediately choose GNOME. You could get it to work, but it won't just work, as in the OS slogan. How have you done the Telegram bridge? It's using a program called MatterBridge, which can bridge a lot of services and a lot of social media and messenger apps like Discord, Telegram, IRC, Matrix, I think even WhatsApp if you have a bot for that. And it's an awesome program. You have to set up all the different tokens so that it can enter the chats, like a bot token for Discord, and for Telegram it was a little more complicated. And then it just works. You set it up on a server and it forwards all the different messages. It doesn't forward its own messages, and it's very dependable. Like the cool thing is, like, basically it doesn't matter which app you have or which one you want to use, you can access the same chat. InstantOS General. What is the terminal you're using? A custom fork of ST is the default terminal in InstantOS. It's an ST fork I made myself. It was using Luke Smith's ST terminal before, but that one was very opinionated, so it wasn't good as a default terminal emulator, although it is the default of LARPs. But yeah, it also was very messy. Some stuff didn't work and I had no idea really why, and so I decided, why not make my own ST fork? This one is very sensible, I would argue. So it is very usable as a default terminal emulator, and it also supports all the best bells and whistles, like the little spinner animations, colored emojis, and zooming, and but nothing too opinionated. Are you back from your holiday? I am home for a week now, or like a few days until until I go away for another week, and then I'm back for good. Like, but I do plan on doing some more streams, some more development during that time, and that's the situation here. What's the time of all good? Yeah, it was good. I had fun. Can we move OBS over here again, and also the stream analytics? And let's get back to Are You Coding, Son? Do you host the bridge by yourself? Yes. It runs on a server, which is just from, I think, how's the website called? Lowendbox.com, which should give you an idea what kind of server it is. It's costing me like $16 a year, and it runs fine, so it doesn't require a whole lot. and that server also runs a bunch of other Discord bots, and so it basically requires next to nothing to run. Oops. Apply rules. Let's go back here. Go to the switch statement, and let's make another case, which let's copy this 3. This is floating center window. First do C width equals Salmon. No, let's do C mon. It doesn't have a mon yet. That's not good. Does it? Does it have a mon yet? Let's just try it. I mean, it'll crash let's just close down all those. I think there's nothing that would crash the window manager, so we're fine. C-mon dash monitor width. Do the same thing for the height. And let's add in the KDE Connect thing. I think I'll need to... Do I have still KDE Connect running? No, I don't. I do. All right. Let's do this, then go here, and now we have the KDE Connect, kdeconnect.daemon. Let's just copy this and paste kde.daemon. And replace this with 3, and we can rebuild the window manager. Let's restart again, close down as much windows as we can, so we won't mess up anything, and go. Put the chat back where it belongs. st-e. Oh no, I'm kind of scared of this. Instant float dash e bash dash c. Let's do echo hello and sleep and exit in case we enter a crash loop, which we don't. Although we also, of course, we need to open KDE Connect. It wasn't this one. It works. And now I have full screen. I just need to add it to the exceptions for the compositor. Like if you turn compositing off, I have a giant... Okay, we need compositing, else it's black. Do I have anything on X? I accidentally pressed X. All right, awesome. Then, whoops. IPyCom. We need to exclude it here too. Do we still have it in the clipboard? Whoops. I think we need to put it in here. No. There we go. Class G equals kdeconnect.daemon. And then how do I replace things with surround.vim again? I forgot how that worked. Class G, I think we need to remove this. kdeconnect.daemon. And then let's just run it. Toggle off. All right. I think now we don't have any KDE Connect at all. Oh, we do. Now I can point this phone at my screen, and the laser pointer is kind of giant. Not sure what's going on there, but it is able to access the entire screen. It overlays just fine. But why is just such a giant laser pointer? It looks like an eye tracker. And it's kind of laggy too, but I think that's just my phone. That's the gimmick. But I mean, I imagine it could be really useful if you're holding presentations and just you can point your phone at the screen like a Wii remote and you have this. All right. We just changed this. Add KDE laser pointer support. Hey Benny. Oh, Christopher Bishko, also known as Confuse on the Discord. He's here. And he's a moderator. Yeah, he's very active in the community. Let's go to the window manager. Whoops. We have this. Add full screen rule. I'm just gonna do it again. I'm having too much fun with my phone laser pointer. Like, it works really well. It's really accurate, the tracking. It's just using my phone's sensor, so if I point it... I'm now pointing it behind me and still doing this. So it just uses relative movement, which is not that bad, actually. I mean, I actually prefer it over just IR tracking or whatever the alternative is. All right. Let's go back to the to-do. Send it in screen size, archive. We're done with this. And still have a lot to go. I think I might have added a little much to this. So next thing we want to do could be custom notification sound setting, or remove uninstalled apps from Smart Menu. This one might be pretty important, actually. So let's go to OS, and then here I have too many windows. Oh, that was the one we just opened. But I think this one needs to go. This one needs to go. This one, not sure where this came from. Oh, now we close both of them. All my streams really get messy because I'm restarting the window manager all the time, so I need to redo all that organization. Move that over here. And then let's start a fresh terminal. Tidy things up a bit. Let's set up a new program. Programs, menu clean. Yeah, let's just call it that. Set syntax equals shell. Echo cleaning app entries. Maybe work in a virtual machine and stream from the host. Why would I do that? Because of crash loops of the window manager. Or use Xifire to test the window manager, but I think I'm done with window manager work for now, so that should be fine. But yeah, I could do the VM thing, because performance doesn't differ that much anyway, because I'm using Vim and InstantOS. Cleaning app entries. So as of now, I think Smart Menu, Instant Smart Menu. Where is it? Smart Run, that's what it's called. Now I just need to learn typing. Cache, where's the cache? Instant Menu Hist is what it's called. So let's just do cat cache instant menu hist. This one just connects all the apps I'm running, and the ones that appear more often are then put more at the top of the menu list, so that I use Peek, so it's now fairly at the top. If I use Firefox, Firefox is the most opened app with F, so it appears at the top. Like something else is Genymotion is the only thing I'm using that starts with E, with G really. Google Chrome is the second one, I just used that for testing. And yada yada yada. So it's smart menu that sorts all your apps by how much you use them. But if you uninstall something, it still appears in the menu until it gets replaced by newer things in the cache. So I'm gonna make a program that just cleans the cache of any uninstalled apps on boot, I think, or on just relogging, or once a week. We'll figure that out later. But for now, this is the file we're interested in. I can't deselect it for some reason. There we go. So now just we need to get the command names. So let's try for now we only have these, but for example here, this one, instant install stuff, this is not a command in itself, but it's a command with an argument, so we need to figure out the command first. For that we can just do grep. Oh, in case there are any leading spaces, we also remove those. So we just do no space. And then do this. So now any leading spaces are removed. Grep -o. Do this, and then that should give us all the things. Like now if we go up to instant install, if it is there anymore, it didn't work. Shit, why didn't it work? All right, maybe let's just do this. There we go, instant install now doesn't have any arguments anymore, and we just have the command name. Should the hist be cut down to a certain amount of lines after, because it could be a while to read it all? Yes, that's the thing, it's limited to a certain number of lines, and if it reaches that number, it gets cut down at the bottom, and there's a little threshold, so like I think 100 lines, or so that it doesn't get cut down every single time you run the menu. Like if it reaches 1,200 lines, it gets cut down to 1,000 lines, and once it reaches 1,200 again, it gets cut down again, and that's how uninstalled apps get removed at the moment. which could take a while, to say the least. We could also introduce a method of just removing duplicates and then sorting them by how often they appear in the list so that it isn't such a huge file, but I don't think that's a problem since, I mean, it launches pretty quickly, even on very, very weak hardware. But that should be just a thing to feel good about because we didn't do it in a hacky way. But for now, let's just stick to cleaning stuff. And then let's just sort -u. So now we, right? Yeah, now we just have the name of all commands in here. So let's just do this. This cat is useless. I know, shell check. Thank you. Command list. Can we iterate over this, or is it just gonna take the whole string? I'm not that familiar with arrays in Bash, since they're just strings with some syntax sugar. Command list equals that was the wrong way around. Why is it putting spaces here? I don't like it. I'ma head out, guys. See ya. I'll be lurking in the Discord. Nice. Bye. So this is the command list. Of course, it's unused. But let's just try iterating over that. For I in command list, I won't put quotes there because then I know that it's just gonna iterate once over the entire thing. Do echo test I. Done. Of course. Let's just do this. How's it called again? Menu clean. Seems like I'm a little dum-dum. What's in my home directory? And this can go. It works. Nice. So now if we just do a command V, if command V I, then if not command V, let's just do this and pipe it into dev null. We don't want to see it. Echo not installed anymore. I mean, we know this doesn't contain a space, but I just want shell check to shut up. Normally, you would make the delimiter 0 terminated and then use while read if you'd want to follow best practices. I know about the read thing, but it doesn't look good, and in this case we know there's no spaces or anything special in the command because we just have the first word. But yeah, usually I do the read thing. I just think it looks pretty, not pretty. Whoops, what did we do here? Do we still have the terminal? No, we don't. Let's just make a terminal in Vim. Dolphin not installed anymore. that is actually correct. Dolphin is in my launcher, but I don't have it installed. Awesome. And then I just remove it from my thing, from the menu hist. So then -i. Let's not do a -i for now. I'll just make a copy of it. Hi, I just installed InstantOS a week ago and I now use it as my daily driver. Cool, tell me how it goes. I mean, be aware that it is in beta, so maybe don't, I don't know, use it in a nuclear security facility. But I would consider it ready for like some daily use. I use it myself as my daily driver. I mean, of course, that is also a different thing since I'm the developer, but I mean, a few people already use it as a daily driver. Where is it? Here, Johannes actually is like the first InstantOS user ever that's not me, because he used it from the very beginning. Also, I think it's mostly working fine for him, if he still is here. So yeah, I mean, it's already more stable than some things that call themselves stable. If you take a look at EG's distro dev, there's a lot of stuff on there that really surprisingly is not stable for how long it's already existing. But I use it as my daily driver, yeah. Like, there are a few people who already use it. It's not like ready for the completely non-technical people yet, I would say. If you're a Linux person, you could definitely go use it, but I mean, it's meant to bring tiling window managers to the non-technical people, or who just want to do gaming, emails, videos, and not use GNOME or any desktop environment. Like, for those people, I wouldn't say it's quite ready yet, because if things go wrong, you can do some troubleshooting. Mostly it's a few lines of bash, but for people who don't know bash or anything about that, it's a pretty big obstacle. But if you're a Linux person, which if you're watching this, you probably are, I'd say it's pretty fine, or pretty ready for use on a real machine to do actual things. I use it for gaming and web development. Cool. Like, yeah, it was successful in some cases already. Like, there were people on the Discord who were not aware that they were not using a conventional desktop environment and were still perfectly able to use it. And like, there was also this reviewer, Tylos Tech, I think, who made a 30-minute review of InstantOS and who is also normally a desktop environment user, from what I can tell. Like, it seems to be his first like really real confrontation with a tiling window manager, and he was able to use it fairly fine. Like, he immediately found this menu, or like the Super F1, and he got around pretty good. So, I mean, that was definitely good to watch. First time I used the window manager, cool. Like, yeah, it's already successful in that regard a bit, but I mean, if you're completely non-technical, don't use it yet, I would say. Hey, I want to use your distro. Where is going to be finished? I mean, finished is a big word. As I don't know who said that. I think it was Richard Stallman. Software is never finished, it's just abandoned, which I think is true. But as of getting out of beta, so being stable, as I said, if you're a Linux person, you can go ahead and use it, but it's not released yet in S 1.0. It's missing some features like customizing keybinds for the window manager, which is a pretty big one for some people. And so that might be a thing, but otherwise it's pretty much ready. Also, if I want an edgy hacker theme for it, do I have to do it myself? I'm new to Bash. You don't do it in Bash, you do it in Xresources. You can customize all the colors of the window manager, like all the bars, all the borders. You can customize the colors of the terminal, also using Xresources. The documentation page for theming is not yet there, but in case of theming, it's all blah. I think I need to drink something. If you're talking about theming, it's already pretty good. Like, you can theme a lot of things. Oh yeah, instant menu, this one and all the menus are still missing support for Xresources. That's also gonna come. Question, can you change the look of the desktop dramatically? What do you mean by dramatically? I mean, there basically is no desktop. The bar, you can change this status text. This one is pretty static, and I don't plan on introducing a lot of things. What I do plan is for like release 2.0 is introducing support for other status bars and panels. I can send an example of Xresources. Yeah, Gingerweep, or this guy, is using custom Xresources on Instant Window Manager. He changed a few colors and the terminal color scheme. So it's definitely possible. I also want to introduce like a theme repo that just has a bunch of presets for Xresources and other Instanoise config stuff that you can then go through with like a settings manager and then just try out different themes. For that, I just need to have some people make the themes because I'm not that big on color schemes and everything. So if you have like a custom Xresources, like for example, you did how's it called, Solarize for Instant Window Manager, you can just send it to me and I can maybe introduce it in a manager, in a settings manager to apply it. Or OneDark would also be good. Nord. If you're using, like, if you ported any custom theme, you can send it to me and I'll introduce it into Instanoise at some point. I've been using Instanoise on my work laptop for a couple of weeks and it's really good, even though it's still a beta version. Oh, thank you. Okay, let's just do... Can it contain slashes? I hope it doesn't. No. Oh wait, it can. If you're launching something from an absolute path that absolutely does contain slashes. I don't think it can. Can it contain colons? Oh no, it can. Is there any character that is not usable in a Unix file name? Like, I don't want to do U. How does performance compare to Arch? If you're talking about running applications, it's basically the same because it's using the same kernel. If you're talking about an Arch setup like Manjaro or using Arch with XFCE or GNOME, it's faster than most of them because it's not running a bunch of crap in the background and the window manager is fast. Like, the actual desktop experience itself is a lot smoother and faster than other Arch-based distros or Arch with a desktop environment. But of course it can't magically make like your game run faster. It just doesn't use as much resources as GNOME does, so it leaves a lot more resources for your game that otherwise would be used by the desktop environment. So in that regard, it is faster, but if you're talking raw number crunching speeds, it is basically Arch because it has the same kernel and same systemd and everything. It just has a lot less background services, and the desktop doesn't require a lot of resources. So I think we'll use the colon. I mean, who in the... Oh, of course, I think... Can I use parentheses? I can, oh my god. I can basically use any character in there. Oh no. Yeah, let's just use something crazy as a delimiter. I don't think anyone would use a colon in a program name. Let's do I. Oh, let's just delete it. Oh, shit. Now I can't use custom delimiters in addresses. So let's do it using this. I, nothing, G. Let's do a space. And this, in case there are any leading spaces. We could have a themes channel in the Discord for providing themes. That's a good idea, actually. I'll do that. Let's do it right now. Themes. But I don't think I'll do it yet because it will take a while until the settings manager arrives. Like, that'll probably also be a 2.0 feature or something like that. And if I have that channel, people expect it to be like a rising distro, which is not. It's not awesome window manager. You can't script it, and I won't introduce any scripting to instant window manager. So I'm probably gonna wait on the theming Discord channel because then people who want to build their own desktop environment, yeah, maybe color schemes or something like that. But still, I think I'll do it when I start working on that manager. Appearance or customization. Yeah, if I just call it appearance, people are going to think that you can, I don't know, do something crazy like, whoops, doing custom whatever. Like they expect it to be awesome window manager, which is not. Could you make Control A work in app menu? You mean this one or this one? This one is Rofi, so I have limited control over that. But you could probably look up how to do stuff yourself with Rofi. This one, on the other hand, is instant menu, so I can pretty much introduce any feature I want into that. I'm very familiar with the code base and Super Y. All right, like what does Control A usually do in an app menu? Oh, you mean Control A for selecting the text in there. I don't think it's possible with Rofi. If you want to clear it quickly, you can use Control U though. Like type something really long in there and then just use Control U to clear it. It's not installed anymore, comma, removing. And then just remove any empty lines, I think. Oh, of course, and then also introduce this. Cache instant menu hist. Oh, that's what I wanted. Yeah, cool. Like clear the text. But I think you could also change the keybinds in Rofi using the options. Rofi supports a lot of them, like the command line options. But I think, yeah, Control U actually works in Bash and Z Shell and everywhere as well. I think it's like a general Unix thing, so you can clear text in a lot of places using Control U. I think it might actually work in GTK too. It does. Like you can go in here and then just use Control U to clear the entire line. So now if I, my terminal is gone again. Menu clean. I don't have Dolphin in here then anymore, do I? Dolphin not installed. Whoops. Why is it Oh, of course. Dolphin not installed, removing. So it's not in here anymore. It's very CPU intensive. What exactly are you talking about right now? Did something get deleted from my chat? Or am I just dumb and bad at multitasking? Animated wallpaper supported. They are supported. Like you can basically put any application into the background by using Super Control Shift Alt dot. Like it's a really complicated keybind because you shouldn't trigger an accident in any case. But you could open up any window and then use Control Super Shift Alt dot or period, and it'll be your wallpaper until you close it. So you can open up a media player, set it on a loop, and then press that keybind, and it's your wallpaper. You could also, I don't know, set your browser as your wallpaper. But you could set any application as your wallpaper and make it animated like that. You could also like do a custom C program, and so it is supported. But I haven't seen anyone actually use it because like it takes resources. Also, MPV doesn't like resizing over multiple monitors. Like the window just gets resized to the size of your entire screen setup, including all monitors. But if you have a single monitor or an application that supports like getting really wide, then go for it. And then we should just be able to clear empty lines. I closed the terminal again, did I? Oh, there's an empty line, which was probably Dolphin. So now we just need to remove empty lines. SED, let's just do -I. I think we can do this. How do I get it to not be a wallpaper? I mean, don't press this key binding that's intentionally impossible to press on accident. But if it is a wallpaper, you can't get it back because it's not managed by the window manager anymore. It's a wallpaper, just like draws to your root window. You can restart the window manager and then it's a normal window again. But that's the problem. Like it's actually used for the desktop icons that I'm not gonna activate right now. But that's also just like a custom file manager that sits behind all your other windows. And I'm not getting stuff done today because I'm talking all the time. All right, let's just do this and delete them. And we also need to do the same thing for command line hist. So let's enclose this in a function. Actually, no. So now we'll just replace this with 1. Also, what's this? Why did that match everything? Not sure what meta character that was. And also replace this. There we go. And do the -i in here. And then just clean file. Wait a sec. Let's check for the existence of that file first. If it exists, if it doesn't exist, rather. Instant menu hist, then echo file not. Why did I do this? Existing. I think I'm gonna go drink something really quick. Stay hydrated, guys. By the way, which OBS scene am I on? Oh, okay, it's the default one. All right. Clean file and then do cache instant menu hist. And then instant term menu hist. Done cleaning. All right, and let's just run this really quick. Dolphin not installed anymore, and now it shouldn't be in here anymore. Yeah, let's just install Dolphin really quick. I don't know why it's always Dolphin. But then let's run Dolphin. There it is, little piece of bloat. Run it a few times to get it in the menu. Dolphin 3 times in there, and Dolphin is still installed, so it's not getting removed. Let's remove Dolphin. I think that was the wrong password. And then it cleans up Dolphin. Awesome. So let's stage this, I guess. Add menu cleaner. Oh. Anything conflicting? Nope. Nice. Then let's push it. And there we go. Remove uninstalled apps from menu. And 8 AM here in New Zealand watching you. Very nice way of starting the week. Awesome. New Zealand is which time zone? I'm actually not sure. I mean, I could probably do some, just get it from my time zone, but I'm lazy right now. So not gonna do it. But yeah, awesome, welcome. I think that's your first message actually. Yeah, cool. Oh God. Yeah, that actually makes sense. So now let's do fix xrandr lag. Like for some reason on NVIDIA cards, running xrandr pulls your xarc and then causes a tiny bit of lag with your mouse movement, which is something you absolutely do not want if you do like FPS games. But xrandr is used to detect new displays being plugged in so that this menu can be shown. So I think I'm gonna replace xrandr with xDPI info. Let's do a time on this. It takes a bit longer to run, but let's just do while do, whoops. Is there, by the way, is there a better way to do this? Like just loop a single program. Let's do this and then done. And it won't be, yeah, that's definitely noticeable. Like I don't think it is on stream because I'm using streaming 24 frames per second. But it definitely is lagging a lot. Like I'm running xrandr 5 times a second now, which is not something you're gonna do. Oh, watch. Can I specify the intervals? Specify update interval. We're not allowed quicker than 0.1 second interval. Interval. English language. Watch. Dash I 0.2 xrandr. What did I do wrong? Oh, it's dash n. Oh, and it also clears that stuff. That's cool. And now it's lagging my mouse, and as soon as I stop this, my mouse is back to normal again. And if I do the same thing with xDPI info, nothing happens with the mouse. So that's definitely better. Now I just need to figure out a way to get the amount of monitors using xDPI info. So that's a lot of info and I don't know what it means. Which terminal are you using? It's ST, the custom ST fork from InstantOS. And I already explained it in the beginning of the stream. Sorry if I'm repeating myself. But like it's supposed to be a good default terminal with nothing too opinionated in it. Anyway, number of screens 1. That's not true. Screen 0. How can I get the amount of screens from this? Does it list my screens anywhere? Let's just grab for HDMI. Huh. nothing. I know I can somehow get it. Starts at 1. That's an interesting point. I won't turn off my second display right now because NVIDIA won't like that. Default screen number. Number of screens 1. Does it actually? That's an interesting question. I think we'll just boot up a VirtualBox. Do we have any Arch Manjaro? Whoops. Why is it called Manjaro? Because it has Manjaro in it. Makes sense. Let's just boot up a virtual machine. Whoops. XDPI info is installed. Screen. Number of screens 1. No, it doesn't, unfortunately. I think we just have to read through this gibberish. Alright. Number of extensions. Screen. Dimensions. I mean, that's double the amount. Oh, of course, I can just grab for 1080. No, I can't. Crap. Or maybe it just says an option and I don't even need to grab anything. And screen 0. Monitor, maybe? Depth of root window. Like it's not detecting them as multiple screens? Oh god. What's happening? Huh. I think I saw someone on Stack Overflow using that. XDPI info grab dimensions. That's just showing this. Dash get number of screens. Monitors. They all just use xrender. Is there really nothing in there that just whoops. There we go, run command if display is plugged in. No one using XDPI info. Huh, seems like it can't detect multiple displays. That's a shame. They're all using xrender. I think the extension for Xorg is called Xenorama or something, and it seems like XDPI info is not detecting that. I mean, yeah, if one of you guys knows anything about how to get the number of displays without making the mouse lag, that would be good, but I don't think... I mean, a very important Linus Torvalds quote comes to mind now. Okay, we don't have FB set. This one just shows one display for some reason. This is even weirder. I mean, this just shows, wait, default, all available frame buffers. This seems interesting, this program. Depth. This one doesn't display all displays. /dev directory. This documentation is out of date. Nice. Frame buffer. Display timings. Not sure if it has multi-monitor support, found it below a Stack Overflow question. It seems to not have that. Or maybe it's just the current monitor. FB0? It's a frame buffer. Huh. Any other way than just using xrandr? Disper, maybe. Dipser. Or is it also just a list? This seems... Wait a sec, is Disper? Disper might just be using xrandr under the hood, so that doesn't give us much to work with. It doesn't. What's it using then? Oh, it's importing stuff. Yup, it is using xrandr, so that's not an option. And Python. The problem is only on NVIDIA cards. You can do NVIDIA current and use it. Interesting. Let's see. I don't seem to have that. Do you need any special packages for this? Arch NVIDIA current. Sys folder. Devices? I mean, I've never really worked with this one. We're just getting lost at this point. Oh, interesting. The chat hides when I do this. Virtual? No, probably not. I have no idea. But I don't think it is. Huh. DD control. I don't seem to have that. And it doesn't seem to be in the Arch repos. Arch DD control. It's an AUR package. All right. Wait, there we go. it's not named DD control. DD dash control. Oh, it has 2 C's in it. Didn't realize this. That's a weird name. There we go. What even is that too? I mean, worth a try, I guess. Confuse, do you happen to know how to get this NVIDIA Current thing? Like which package contains it? What are the changes you do? Are they available only on the next beta? Or is there a command we can run to get the latest tricks? You can do most of the updates just using pacman, like open up a terminal and then run yay and press enter and then enter your password and it should update all the stuff. And oh, there we go. That's our updated instances. We're not going to do that right now. So yeah, you can just run yay in a terminal and most of the stuff should be done for you. Maybe 1.0 will be a breaking change in that you might need to do some manual step to upgrade a beta, but nothing too major, and you can update all the betas using pacman. It seems to be running pretty fast. Sysclass DRM. Has it been there all the time? It's card 0 probably. Device? No. Subsystem, card 0. I mean, now we're just in a loop. DRM, no. I think we've just entered a symlink loop. It looks funny in Nautilus. I mean, maybe let's not do this stream or just disable it. Let's just disable it by default on NVIDIA machines. I think that's the easiest thing to do. So, do we already have an NVIDIA check? Let's turn off this machine. All right. Or maybe we could. NVIDIA current. User lib NVIDIA current. Maybe it's just some NVIDIA utility that I don't have. Arch NVIDIA libraries. I mean, it seems to be OpenCL. OpenCL NVIDIA, maybe this. I already have that. OpenCL NVIDIA current. NVIDIA Xconfig. Oh, there we go. Just another path. Me very stupid. This is not good. unable to open X configuration file, unable sudo. I mean, if it needs root, then I think we're screwed. Maybe the xconfig query. Query GPU info. There we go. But if we remove sudo, still works. So we just need to set it up one time. That's interesting. So what happened the first time around? Unable to locate open X configuration file, unable to write to directory etc x11. Why does it need this? Using etc near X configuration file written, using X configuration file etc x11 xorg.conf. Backed up file. etc x11 xorg as backup. So it changes something about the x11 config. But this is exactly what we want. Maybe just watch this. And our cursor is fine. Awesome. So let's now just go in here, use go to auto start, and then xrender, and auto open. There we go. Display count, maybe introduce a function for this. If NVIDIA xconfig, then else. Display count equals NVIDIA xconfig. Let's just try. Now it's unable to, it does need root. Crap. Like if I do this. No, what's happening now? What? Oh. Oh, the query GPU thing does not need root. Oh. Cat sysclass DRM card 0 status. Whoops. Cat. I don't have that file. But this is cool. Let's just do this and then grep -o. Is this always English? I mean, I have a German locale, so it should be. All right, now we're rolling again. Grep number of display devices. There we go. Okay, so now we can just do this. to get the display count. Whoops, didn't copy for some reason. But I think that's on NeoVim. Yep, it seems to be. So if I do this, it doesn't do it. Ah, Jesus. Exarch is a bit... What's this? Paper Penny is someone making a video on InstantOS. It's like the Terminator made a Terminator meme. I think I saw this on a comment somewhere. Pretty accurate. I mean, not that hard to be the Terminator with the amount of videos, but still. How can I just want to copy this into the clipboard. Oh, there we go. It's in the clipboard manager. So let's just do this then, and then we should be able to paste it. There we go. Let's just do this, and then we can delete all this, and Jesus, that's loud. So now it's using the NVIDIA card, the NVIDIA thing. It doesn't auto format anymore, but that's fine. So fNVIDIA config query GPU info. It does this, and otherwise it uses xrandr. All right. Fix NVIDIA card display lag. I won't try this out right now because I don't want to restart my auto start. But I noticed that the copy paste buffer gets wiped if the application that the copy comes from closes. Is there a workaround? Yes, there is the clipboard manager. I don't know if it's in the Pacman repos yet. I mean, you can use basically any clipboard manager, but this one is integrated into the OS. I think it's at InstantOS, and then no, I don't think we have it yet in there. Advanced. Do we have the clipboard manager in the settings yet? I don't think we have. We do. Where is it then? Clipboard manager, toggle icon. Is it in advanced? Oh, by the way, a recursive search for the settings is also on the to-do list. InstantOS. Oh, I'm just dumb. Clipboard manager, there it is. You should be able to enable it from here. It's disabled by default because some people might not use it, and it's a permanent background task, so it's only enabled if you actually use it. Like if you press the hotkey, I think it's Super Shift V. It also offers to you to enable the manager. So Super Shift V gives you just a clipboard history of everything you copied, and then you can select one of those and it gets copied into your clipboard, including the NeoVim, whatever it's using. Hi. Did a fresh install of the OS. Light control does not work with Instant Assist either, nor function keys. The only thing working for me is light. What do you mean by light? Okay, for that, You could open Instant Assist from the terminal and then press B and then try moving the slider. If it throws any errors, then I can probably find out what happened. Like you can put them here if you want to. I think YouTube chat is not the best debugging tool. Or the Discord or a GitHub issue, that would be helpful. All right, I think we fixed this one. Do we still have the to-do? We do. Archive this one. Take a look at issues. I don't think we'll do that today. Because we are already kind of over time. Paste bin. That's also a good idea. Permission denied. Oh, that's interesting. Is this on the first reboot? Or did you install actually Instant OS or Arch? Because if you install it over Arch, the permissions are something you would have to set up yourself. So on Arch it's expected, but on Instant OS the installer should be doing this for you. Like yeah, it's setting up the UDF rules. But yeah, probably the UDF rules. Instant OS ISO first reboot. Yeah, maybe then yeah, you probably have to reboot once to make that work, because it does some post-install stuff, and I think the UDF rules are part of that, and you have to relog or reboot. I think reboot might be the better option here before it works. A custom notification sound setting, so you can change that. That should be pretty easy to do. So let's just do that. Right now, let's go to workspace .files. No. It's an update notifier? No. Where is it again? Instant OS. And then it should be somewhere in here. Thomas is something different. Notifications, notification. This is the notification sound. Dunst trigger. That's it. Notification.ogg and Dunst trigger. How does it download this? Let's just grab it here. sudo UDF control reload rules. Should reload rules without That's cool. Yeah, maybe I'll add that. Let's just keep an XPath open and paste it in there. Reload, reboot. Yeah, I noticed that. Let's just go into the workspace, do a recursive grab for notification.ogg, I think it was. Yeah. Nautilus works fine. I think it's just the terminal. Instant notify trigger.sh. If it works, Huh. Let's just go down to the trigger and then introduce a custom thing that then gets to... There we go. So if a custom one exists. Let's just call it InstantOS notifications custom.mp3. I think we'll transcode it to OGG. Or do we even need the file extension? Maybe we don't. Custom.ogg, let's just do custom sound, then custom sound, else, whoops, else. Still getting used to the indentation thing. So now if we have custom sound, I think we just can remove the file extension and MPV won't complain. Yup. If iconf-i no sound, then silent no bell, no notify, let's just call it that, and then do this. So if we have no notify, then it gets no sound in case people want to mute that. You can just run an auto formatter for bash instead of painstakingly indenting lines by hand. I used to do that, but it messed up some stuff, so now I think I want to have something that I can just select a few lines and then do it, or just have a command that runs it. Like the only thing I found with COC that it can format them on exit. Like, yeah, it's probably just a matter of me reading the documentation. But the way I had it, it was auto-formatting everything, and then it messed up some stuff, so I disabled it for now. So I probably will re-enable it if I can manually specify which files I want to auto-format it. It can do that, but shell format can't accept those arguments, at least with COC. So now we have this, and then let's switch over to settings. We'll maybe do this with go into sound. Sound. Wait, do we have any? This just opens up Palpu control, so we'll probably have to add a new settings menu for this. Let's just copy this. Sound settings. And let's just remove all this. And let's get a nice icon. Let's get a bell icon. Yellow, and then notification sound. Let's just call Pulse Audio system audio. I think that's, and let's get a speaker. Speaker. No, not speaker. Vim can run commands on visual selection or movements. I already read that. Same permission denied after second reboot too. I will no, don't reinstall yet. I don't think it'll change after reinstalling. It might be an issue with the installer. Maybe we could do a remote troubleshooting session at some point. Instant OS actually has a built-in way of doing that. So yeah, if you're up for that, I think we could do that. Because then it might be just the installer not applying the UDIF rules correctly for your device, because it may be called something weird. And so it's probably a bug in the installer. Fail to parse expression. Of course, we're missing an exec. Let's just do this to get it to shut up. Back, and let's copy the back thing from here. And let's just do audio opens Pavo control. And sound opens notification settings. I think we'll exit the settings after this. Notification settings. Then we'll open up notification settings here. And then we can do, I think, custom sound and reset sound. Maybe we also just put that. No, notification settings. Let's do a new settings menu for this. And is there a good icon we could use for sound? Custom sound. A good reset icon? Maybe some kind of arrow that points backwards. What's a good icon for reset? Huh. Reset icon. Or friend Google. Of course, that kind of error. Reset icon, font awesome. Undo. That's a good idea. Just use an undo symbol. Undo reset sound. And let's do a mute symbol. Mute notification sound. Okay, now we have custom sound, reset notification sound, mute notification sound, and back. Let's open up a case. Oh, do I have? I do. I have snippets now. Choice in sound. We have two things ending with sound, which is not that great. Let's do this and then do custom, reset and mute. How can we do a file picker with Zenity? I think we already have that somewhere. It is, and we did that somewhere. Wallpaper. Zenity. There we go. Zenity file selection. Should we just match MP3, OGG, basically anything? You don't need to filter anything. We might check the MIME type of it. Whoops. Hey, that worked. All right. Zenity, let's just don't filter anything. And then if there's nothing selected, let's just go back to the settings, I think. Notification settings, exit, no, not exit, return. Actually, let's do not do that, another thread. Same permission denied after second reboot will reinstall. I also already read that. Backlight. Yeah, I think it detects the name of the UDEF thing wrong. So you might not even have the UDEF rule in the first place. Like if your card is called something weird, it might not be able to detect it. So if there's no sound paths, then we'll just go back to the settings. If there is, then let's just do if MPV, if -e sound. I mean, we probably know that it does exist, right? And if it doesn't, it's not a big deal either. So if MPV sound path, then menu sound path does not appear to be a sound file. Let's do a capital C for confirm. Whoops. File sound path does not appear to be an audio file. Use regardless. Question mark. If then exit. So now we are pretty much set. We have an audio file. Let's just copy that file. Sound path instant OS notifications custom sound, I think it was. What's it called again? I already forgot. This can go away. NVIDIA 2060. Oh, yeah, if it's NVIDIA, then I'm not sure. Anything can happen. like the only things I ever tried setting brightness with are Intel and Ryzen, and I mean those work fine, probably as expected, but with NVIDIA it's probably some driver utility. Maybe I need to do some manual stuff for that. I mean, if you manage to figure out how to change brightness, yeah, it's maybe you can help figure out how to do it automatically in the installer, how to set all that up, so that NVIDIA is also supported for setting brightness. Light Git, and it works. Light. Oh, you mean with light? Okay. What's light? Program to easily change brightness of backlight controllers. Does that also work on Intel? I mean, I might just switch to that entirely, to be honest. Works where other software has proven unreliable. X backlight. Yup. Works even in CLI environment and does not rely on X. This looks good. I think I remember that one. But it's not linked to the Instant Assist entry. Yes, I mean, I will probably make Instant Assist use it if it's good. Maybe just use it on NVIDIA, because it might be slower than what it's currently getting used. But what happens if I install it on a desktop? Does it detect that? Light is good. I use it in BSPWM. Nice. Oh, it's a C program. I expected a shell script. So it's probably fast. Like, it needs to update brightness really quickly when dragging around the slider. No backlight controller found. Okay, light seems interesting. And it doesn't even need root. Or maybe the rules did get applied and somehow it doesn't work with how Instant Assist does it right now. So let's quit out of this. Notify. Whoops. Let's go to the trigger, and then it's custom sound. Okay. CP that, and then it's applied. Light needs the rules. Okay, so the installer was fine. It's just Instant Assist. That's good to know. I'll just add that to the to-do. I don't think we'll do that today, but light git instant assist NVIDIA. We can close out of this. So now we should have a custom sound setting. Now we just have to make the reset and the mute thing. iconf-i no notify. I think that was the rule. 0. Let's just do reset. So that just does iconf-i no notify 0 and also removes this. And that should be it. And then to mute it, we'll do a toggle iconf. Whoops, forgot something here. Let's just do this. Mute notification sound. And let's do no notify for that settings. For that setting. And I think our formatting is already messed up. So I might try to either do it with COC or use another plugin. Actually, it's not that bad. Do I need to move this now? No, I don't. Yeah, I definitely need a formatter. This is tedious. But now we should have notification settings. Let's just search for Pavo Control. And do sound settings. I think that's what it's called, yes. And let's just generate the C tags really quick. Do we have loop settings? We do. Nice. Okay, let's try this. Did I do anything here? Yes. I think I almost messed something up. There we go. And cat settings.sh. Now if we go into sound, we should have system audio notification sound. And then we have custom, reset, mute. Let's do custom. And we don't have any sounds. Free notification sounds. Jesus, that's loud. I just need to tone down the entire volume, I think. Let's download this as an OGG. Sound, notification sound, custom. Got it done. So it plays it, that's nice. Notify send Frank. Still using the other sound because I do not have the updated notify trigger, of course. I build, install. We don't even have it pushed yet. Add support for custom notification sounds. Origin master. I haven't looked at my stream analytics for a long time, by the way. 21, doing good. What do you mean everything up to date? I just made a commit. What? Alright, that's weird. Head stay. Oh no, I'm in the stable branch, of course. Oh no. That didn't go as planned. I mean, I think it is stable. I don't expect there to be any bug in this 5 lines of code. All right. Now let's install it. And it's using the custom sound. Awesome. So now if I reset it, sound, notification sound, reset. Whoops. Now it's using the default sound again. Awesome. Maybe I should add a confirmation dialog to the reset thing, because it just deletes your custom sound. I mean, it doesn't delete the original sound. So maybe not. No, I don't actually think we need that. By the way, are you still alive? Is my internet still working? Or is the chat has it gone silent? I'm surprised my internet didn't drop out one single time. Like, my internet usually isn't that good. Okay, I think... Oh, we're dead. Alright, good to know. I think we'll add a confirmation dialog. Or maybe not. No, I don't think we will. That was an Avengers quote, right? I don't know, I haven't even seen the movie. So now let's try muting. Mute notification alert sounds. And send another notification. It still plays a sound. That's not good. Hello. No notify. What's it actually called? It is called no notify. That's weird. Oh. We need to do this around the whole thing. Wrong block. There we go. Yeah, that's it. And now that should be working. Anything else? Let's just don't mute it. Custom reset mute. Let's do custom sound again. Got it done. This one is quite loud. Now it's not doing it anymore. Oh, yeah, just took a while. Okay. Let's just stage this. Fix muting. All right, I think we can archive this now. Remember installation mirror even after installation. This is also on the list, so let's just do this now. Hello? Oh. I think we still need to commit this, git add. This should be fairly straightforward to remember that. Let's go into Instant Arch. And then, has it a mirror? Whoops. Mirrors.sh. So we need to, I think we'll just save this. Is there any exit statement? No. Whoops. Where did that link come from? Let's just do this. I think it's root, instant arch. If I'm, let's just check. Root instant arch config. Config mirror list backup. Let's just back up the list, and then we can restore it and post install, I think. Like during installation it uses that list, except something goes terribly wrong, then it resorts to using other mirrors as well. And it probably did that and also maintained that throughout the install, which is not supposed to happen. So let's just yank this, post install, lang locale, guest additions. I think we might need to add this to another module. Where is mirror? Depend. Or maybe add this to the root install. You know, let's just do it here. Cat this into, where is it? Etsy Pacman. Whoops. There we go. I think that should be it, basically. Let's just check for the existence, because having an empty mirror list is not good. If -e, whoops. And let's just see if it has something in it. Move the chat for a second. I think that should be good. Whoops. Yeah. I mean, there's really nothing that could go wrong. Let's just, maybe we'll do another few checks to check if it actually is a valid mirror list. Because, yeah, if that's messed up, then you won't have a good time unless you know what a mirror list is. Let's just grab for server equals. Yeah, let's just do this, and then we should be good to go. Remember so now that's done, and I don't think we'll do the stream design today because that could take another while and it's quite late where I live. So yeah, the moving the config could also require replacing a lot of things, and I don't want to just do a recursive SED on my workspace. That's quite risky. I'm not that good with SED. And yeah, I think we'll just move the other things that are still in the to-do, like the send fork, that will also take a while, to next stream. Is there no option in the installer to select a separate boot partition and EFI partition, as well as home, root, and swap? Am I missing something? In the installer, when you select your disk, it should be at the bottom other. Like if you have a lot of disks, you might have to scroll down. That's a problem. But apart from that, there is an option to select partitions manually, and it sets up dual booting. It doesn't automatically resize existing operating systems yet, like Ubuntu does, so that's still on the to-do list. But there's no option for boot on EFI. I did other. If you're on legacy BIOS, it doesn't ask you for any partitions because it doesn't install grub to a particular partition. But are you sure you're on a UEFI system? EFI. That's weird. Can you run EFI boot MGR, and then see if that has an exit code of 1? Because if it does, then it's not properly getting detected. Like normally it should ask you for the EFI partition if it detects an EFI system. Some systems have a legacy BIOS emulator enabled by default. I have no idea why, so you might have to disable that first. Like if it came pre-installed with Windows, it probably has that disabled for some weird reason. But it uses EFI boot manager to check. Why did this get flagged? The EFI partition needs the boot flag when doing it manually. Huh. But you should be able... Yeah, make sure your SATA mode is not right. I'm not that familiar with like doing crazy custom partitions. My guess is that it doesn't detect that it's EFI. It's showing all my EFI. Huh. There is no option with the installer to select a separate boot partition, an EFI partition as well as home, root, and swap. Like, what happens if you do other? Does it just throw you back into the menu that asks you to wipe your entire drive? Or because you also said that there is no home, root, and swap, and it definitely asks you for those. Like you can choose to use your existing So it runs through all options of root and swap and home. Yeah. But no separate partition to select boot and EFI. Then asks for a grub. Then it's probably not detecting. Like, you're sure yet that EFI boot manager has weird. Let's just check this. Do we have that pushed? Yes, we do. Ask disk. Let's just search for EFI. If EFI boot manager, then choose partition, select EFI partition. So it just checks for EFI boot manager. And if it doesn't, like if you're on a legacy BIOS, then it just asks for the disk to install grub on. And that's it, because you can't install grub, or at least I haven't heard of that. I'm not that familiar with advanced boot setups. But yeah, the relevant code is that if it detects EFI, it asks for EFI. It won't let you set it to /boot EFI on that partition. What do you mean exactly? You mean you don't want to like, does it actually ask for the EFI partition, or does it just do this? Like select disk for grub. Maybe I should remove this. Yeah, maybe the issue is also a bit complicated to just debug on a live stream. Yeah, maybe I'll hop on Discord for some time, another time, and just do, I don't know, live debugging with people, because you can get surprisingly far and surprisingly good results out of just a remote session. Just ask grub. So yeah, it probably doesn't detect EFI correctly. Like, yeah, maybe there's something wrong with your EFI boot manager, but it thinks you're on a legacy BIOS system. That's a problem here. So it doesn't ask for EFI because, yeah. Maybe I can add an option to manually override that. But if EFI boot manager doesn't work, I don't even know how far you get. But it's probably EFI boot manager. And yeah, definitely check if any BIOS emulation is enabled in the BIOS. But yeah, maybe you can go on discord.io/instanOS. And that's where a lot of the discussion happens. And maybe I can help you there and yeah, do a remote session. Oh, by the way, I could also add the remote session thing to Instant Assist, or add a GUI mode. Let's just do this. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, any other questions? Because I think I'd end the stream here. The main points that we did write down are done, like a few bug fixes and custom sound settings, NVIDIA bug fix. What did we also do? A few Instant Assist features, and yeah, made a fair bit of progress, I think. But I think that'll be it for the stream. It was nice talking to you all, and I'll see you in the next stream, Discord, wherever. Follow me on YouTube, GitHub, Twitter, but I don't really use that. I thought about it, And but yeah, I'll see you later, and that's it for the stream. Bye.